In continuation with the lecture 5, we are now going to give some more examples of Jacobian matrix. Example number 2. Let f be a function from R2 to R2 defined as f of xy is equal to x square plus y square, x square minus y square, and we are to find d of dfxy, that is the Jacobian matrix of f at the point xy. Now here, in place of any particular point, we have taken a general point. Now by the definition of dfxy is equal to d1 f1 xy, d2 f1 xy, d1 f2 xy, d2 f2 xy, where f1 xy is the first component of f, that is x square plus y square, and f2 xy is the second component of f, that is x square minus y square. Now d1 f1 xy is the first partial derivative, so del by del x of x square plus y square, that is 2x. And similarly d2 f1 xy is the second partial derivative of f1 xy. f1 xy has this value, so with respect to y it is the derivative with respect to y, so its value is 2y. Similarly d1 f2 xy is 2x and d2 f2 xy is minus 2x. So putting all these values in this matrix of dfxy, we have dfxy is equal to 2x, 2y, 2x minus 2y. So this is the Jacobian matrix. Now come to another example. Suppose f is a function from R3 to R, and it is defined as f of xyz is equal to x square plus y square plus z square. Then by the definition, dfxy is d1 fxy, d2 fxy, d3 fxy. Note here one thing, that this range is R, so the f has only one component, so we have not taken any other component, and because its dimension is 1 and the dimension of domain is 3, so the Jacobian matrix has size 1 cross 3. So now what is d1 f of xy? So derivative of this with respect to x, so that is 2x. Derivative of this with respect to y is d2 f xy, so it is 2y, and derivative of f with respect to z, that is d3 f xy is equal to 2z. So putting all these values, we have this matrix dfxyz is equal to 2x, 2y and 2z. Now suppose in place of xyz, in general point xyz, we take a particular point 1, 2, 3. So what we have to do is that we have to put the value of x to be 1, value of y to be 2, and value of z to be 3. So this is 2 into 1, 2 into 2 and 2 into 3, that is 2, 4, 6. This is the Jacobian matrix for this function f at the point 1, 2, 3. Now note one thing, that if f is a function from Rn to R, the gradient vector of f at a point C, which is defined as del fc, the symbol is nebula, but it is read as del of fc. So del we read for gradient, so or this is also called gradient of f at C. So del fc is defined as d1 fc, that is the first partial derivative of f at the point C, second partial derivative of f at the point C, d2 fc, and then dn fc. So this vector is called the gradient. So if I ask you to determine the gradient of f at the point 1, 2, 3, then this is also the gradient of f at the point 1, 2, 3. Now there are some exercises, please try it. So find the Jacobian matrix dfc for the following function f from R2 to R3 defined as f of xy is equal to sin x, cos y, xy, and where c is the point 0, pi by 2. F R3 to R2 defined as f of xyz is equal to e to the power x plus y plus z, comma xyz, and c is the point 0, 1, 1. Now problem number C, f is a function from R to R3 defined as fx is equal to x square plus 2, x plus x cube, and x to the power 4. C is equal to 2. Fourth question is D. Question number D is f from R2 to R4. f of xy is equal to x square plus y 2x y cube x plus y and c is equal to minus 2, 3. Now problem number E, f of xy is equal to f of xy is a function from R2 to R defined as f of xy is equal to x plus y if x is equal to 0 or y is equal to 0 and 1 otherwise, and the point C is 0, 0. So we have to determine its Jacobian matrix at the point 0, 0. Okay. Now note one thing, that the Jacobian matrix of the function f exists at a point C if all the partial derivative of f exist at that point. So if all the partial derivative exist, you can write the Jacobian matrix even if the function is not differentiable. Because we have seen that all the partial derivative exist does not implies that the function is differentiable. So if all the partial derivative exist, we can write the Jacobian matrix even if the total derivative it does not exist. Okay, so let me have an observation. Suppose f is a function from Rn to Rm and f is differentiable at a point C in Rn. Now some books in place of Tc denote the derivative of f at C by f dash C. So now we will also denote the derivative of f at C by Tc, or we may denote it by f dash C. Okay. Now the directional derivative of f at C in the direction u, we are denoting it f dash cu. Some books also denote it as dufc. So if somewhere you got dufc, then don't be confused. It is just the directional derivative of f at C in the direction of u. And we denote the Jacobian matrix by d of fc. Now suppose because f is a function from Rn to Rm, so f has m component. F can be written as f1, f2, fm, and fi is a function from Rn to R. And u, suppose u is the direction, u1, u2, un. This can be written as u1, u2. U has component u1, u2, un. So now recall the formula 6 of lecture 4, that f dash cu is equal to tcu, and that can be written as u1 d1 fc plus dash 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 plus un dn fc. Now if in place of tc we write f dash c, so this formula can again be written as f dash c, and this is u, so f dash c is operated on u and its value is u1 d1 fc up to un dn fc. Now we know one thing, that if f has component f1, f2, fm, then dk fc can be written as dk f1 at C up to dk fm at C. Now in place of writing it as a row vector, let me write it as column vector. So we can write it as dk f1c up to dk fmc like this. So now let us do one thing, that we have the formula for f dash cu to be u1 d1 fc, u2 d2 fc up to un dn fc. So in place of d1 fc by this expression, we can write it as d1 f1c d1 f2c up to d1 fmc, and similarly for d2 fc we can write this expression, and for dn fc we can write dn f1c up to dn fmc. So we can write it like this. Now if you sum it, then its value and the value determined by this expression is same. So what will happen, u1 you will multiply to all the vectors, u2 you will multiply to all the vectors, and un you will multiply all the vectors, then you will add all the vectors. So you will get the same thing as you will get after multiplying this matrix and this matrix. So this expression can also be written like this. But one thing you can note, that what is this? This part is nothing but the Jacobian matrix. So in place of all this expression, we can write as dfc. dfc is multiplying on u1, u2, un. So what does it mean? It means that this directional derivative f dash cu is nothing but this Jacobian matrix times the vector u in the column, written as a column vector. So you can write it as f dash cu is equal to dfc into u, or in place of f dash cu you can also write dufc. So dufc times is dufc is equal to dfc into u. So this is the two ways of writing the same thing. Now this formula, as we have seen earlier, that this formula is valid if the total derivative exists. What is actually this formula? This formula is actually a matrix version of the formula of this formula. So we have written everything in the matrix form. So you may say that this is the matrix version of this formula, but that formula was valid only if total derivative exists. So this formula also valid only if total derivative exists. So for example, suppose f is a function from R2 to R defined as f of xy is equal to x plus y if x is equal to 0 or y is equal to 0 and 1 otherwise. So in lecture 1 we have seen that d1 f of 0 0 is 1 and d2 f of 0 0 is also 1, and f dash 0 0 1 1 does not exist. But if you go through this formula, because the partial derivative exists, so Jacobian matrix will exist. So df at 0 0 if you will determine, then this is d1 f 0 0 and d2 f 0 0, so its value is 1 1, so Jacobian matrix is 1 1. So now if you will multiply Jacobian matrix and this u, so u is 1 1, so you will get 2. So it means f dash 0 0 1 1 should be 2, but we have calculated that it does not exist, so it means that both are not equal. So 2 is not equal to this f dash 0 0 1 1. So this formula is not valid. This shows that this formula is not a valid formula. So if total derivative exists, then the formula number 7 which we have just seen is valid. Otherwise that formula is not a valid formula. This formula is not a valid. Now come to the next observation. The kth row of the Jacobian matrix is the gradient vector of fk, and we denote it as del fkc is equal to d1 fkc up to dn fkc. So for existence of gradient vector we only need the existence of partial derivative. Total derivative may not exist, even then the gradient vector may exist. So d of fc, which is this matrix, that is Jacobian matrix, can also be written as in place of first row we can write del f1c. So this is the gradient of f1 at c, and similarly the second row and third row and the last row can be written as del fmc, that is the gradient of fm at the point c. Now so what can we do is that dfcu, if you will determine, that is the partial derivative of f at c in the direction u, then this will be this into u1 u2 un. Just now we have seen this formula. So when you will expand it, this is nothing but this whole row will be multiplied to u1 u2 un. So that is nothing but the dot product of this vector and u. So f1c dot u up to fmc dot u. You can also write this expression like this. So dfcu can be written in this way. So okay,